A battle is brewing across the Northwest over drive-through coffee kiosks featuring Bikini Baristas. Oh yeah, it's Monday, January 27th. Welcome to Lunch Break. I'm Jason Bellini. These Bikini Baristas serve motorists lattes and espressos, but law enforcement officials say they sometimes offer much more. Joel Millman has exposed this story and joins us now with a look at how some towns are cracking down. Now, Joel, first, explain this Bikini Barista trend. How widespread are these establishments?
I'm not sure I can explain it. It's something that developed out of Northwest's mania for espresso coffee. There are, of course, Starbucks started here and quite a lot of other chains dedicated to serving coffee in various exotic forms. That spawned a proliferation of probably over 1,000 drive-in kiosks or coffee stands. It's hard to drive anywhere in the Northwest without seeing them. And within those have become a trend of scantily clad servers who occupy these sheds or these huts and dole coffee. It's a little higher priced than the other coffee, and there's some controversy over whether that's diminishing community values. Of course, it's a very liberal part of the country. A lot of people just think it's just free expression along with your your costly espresso. But there have been some allegations of prostitution and other lewd conduct that police are cracking down on.
I want to ask you about that. I mean, it sounds like this isn't just about scantily clad baristas. People have actually been arrested, right?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
People have actually gotten arrested. Some of these baristas have gotten arrested.
Yeah, there have been a number of arrests almost entirely around the city of Everett, Washington, which is a very large industrial city just northeast of Seattle. It's not clear that the arrests have led to charges, but charges are coming, the authorities say, and so do some of the targets of these arrests. I think prostitution possibly this week, and there's possibility of money laundering and maybe some other charges. There is one chain in particular that the police and the FBI have dedicated a lot of resources into investigating, and according to court documents that we've examined, there does look like there's sufficient cause for a charge and prosecution.
Wow, interesting. Now, you also report that Spokane Valley City Council has imposed a ban on wearing pasties in coffee stands. Now, first, for the benefit of our audience, what are pasties and why have they been banned?
Pasties are what burlesque artists wear. It's just a sticker that sometimes could be flesh-colored or sometimes could be artistic that is placed over the nipple. And some, I think almost close to a dozen Washington cities and towns have examined adjusting the municipal code and passing ordinances. Quite a number of them have done this, where they talk about in some detail, what a coffee server or what a business person should be allowed to wear and not wear. In Spokane Valley, Washington, which is a suburb of the eastern Washington city of Spokane, there was an ordinance passed late last year, and it impacted, I think, at most one stand, which was on the route to a middle school. And one of the persuasive pieces of evidence that were presented at the city council were photos of teenagers massing on one side of the school bus so they could get a glimpse of the baristas on what they called topless Tuesdays and topless Thursdays, where the servers wore only G-strings and pasties. And this was adjusted to enforce the full bikini regimen that these stands now say that they'll comply with city ordinance and wear only those.
All right, very interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens, how this trend develops, whether the crackdown will continue. Thanks again.